Hi, my name is Yasu, and uh, I talk about mental health and then any kind of health. Yeah, I don't know why I laugh. So, in my channel, I talk about my journey to uh, d- deal with my depressions and then any kind of health issues and so on. Starting from the last time, I tried to use ChatGPT to become an interviewer to ask me questions that's given by the viewers on my video. So today I want to try the same way. So let's see how it goes. Please begin the interview.
All right, yes, let's dive in. So, one of our viewers asked, how long does Effexor actually take to start working for you? Just share your experience and we'll go from there.
Okay. Thank you for asking. First of all, so the effector in my case, it really starts working actually right away, and um, whenever I increased the doses of the effector, the amount of the effector, I could feel its effectiveness, and then as soon as I reached the daily limit of the Effexor doses per day, which is the 225 milligram per day, I was able to start feeling that my energy level got improved, which was the concern when I was still taking like below the maximum dose of Effexor. So it started to working right away, and whenever I increased the amount of Effexor, I was able to enjoy the benefits of it.
That's really interesting to hear, Yasu. So, from what you're saying, you noticed the effects pretty much immediately each time you adjusted the dose. And by the time you hit that maximum of 225 milligrams per day, you felt a real improvement in your energy levels. Let me dive a bit deeper on that. As you were increasing the dosage step by step, how did you monitor or notice those changes? Were there specific signs or milestones that told you, oh, this is starting to work now?
Um, so my mood swing got stabilized and I became less moody, and I was able to focus on my thoughts and feelings whenever I increased the dosages of Effexor. But I was still struggling a lot, especially with the energy level. And I was really consulting my doctor how or when I can actually get my energy level back. And my doctor was suggesting that let's just wait, let's go slowly. In your case, most likely there's a possibility that you can really start feeling the energy once you hit the maximum dose. And my doctor was actually right, because uh, as soon as I start taking 225 milligram of Effexor per day, I still remember that I could really feel the energy in a way that, oh, I didn't feel this for a long time.
That makes a lot of sense. So it sounds like you really noticed that mood stabilization gradually, and once you hit that top dose, it was like a switch flicked on for your energy levels. That must have been a pretty noticeable turning point after waiting it out like that. Thank you for sharing that, Yasu. It's really insightful to hear how that process unfolded for you.
No, no problem. And then I really want to highlight two things. One is that I don't take Effexor anymore, and then I am looking back everything that has been happening to me, and then I summarized what happened to me in a very simple sentences. So probably I sound like my recovery trend is like linear, but in reality it was nothing like that. So even though like I just said that the more I take, the the better I felt, which is actually true. However, even in that period of time, still there is a lot of days that when I felt so down, I kept thinking a lot of negative things, and then one day I feel okay, and then I was okay for a few days, and then suddenly I felt sad or felt down. So it was like the um, it's nothing linear. So I really don't want you to think that if you start taking Effexor, you can actually start feeling everything and you start recovering everything in a like linear way. That's one thing that I want to say. And there's one more.
Absolutely, Yasu. I think that's a really important point to highlight. So, for anyone listening, it's not a simple straight line from taking the medication to feeling better every single day. It's more of an up and down journey, and I appreciate you making that clear. Now, you mentioned there's one more thing you wanted to say, so go ahead and share that with us as well.
Okay. So on top of upside down journey of me getting into depression treatment, whenever I increase the dosages of Effexor, the first thing that I had to deal with, the first thing that I felt is the side effect of it. And especially the first time when I started to take in Effexor, that was the most uncomfortable moment because almost right away I could feel a lot of side effect like head pressure. I forgot. There's just a lot of things: constipations, nausea, and how do I say? It's just a lot of side effect, and that made me feel very, very bad. And then that side effect was happening on top of everything that I was already feeling bad. Like I was at the bottom of everything, and then taking the medications, hoping that I will get better soon or feel better a little bit. But in fact, the medication, the side effect actually made everything worse. So it's just so hard for people, including myself, to go through, I think, because by the time we are at the situation where we have to start taking the medications, we are suffering too much already. Yet, when we start taking, or when I was start taking the Effexor, those side effects just really, really killing me. And I really thought that Effexor was not for me. And I really was feeling that this is really killing me. But at the same time, my doctor was telling me that it would take a few days, a couple of days, or probably a few weeks for my brain and my body to get used to Effexor anyway. And then if the side effects were not bearable, then he could give me medications to have those side effects under control. So I was just simply listening to my doctor and then just power through everything. And then I started to feeling positive effects of it. So it was an upside down journey, but on top of that, side effect is really killing me. And then, especially once I hit the maximum dose of Effexor, and then when I finally started to feeling energy back, then it became clear that no matter what I do, no matter what I did, I couldn't sleep. Like, it's the biggest side effect of Effexor that I had to deal with, which is the sleep issues. And from that point being, like my journey to deal with depression was more like my journey to deal with sleep issues, and I kept changing sleep medications once a month, and I almost gave up because whenever I went back to my doctor telling him that okay, this didn't work, I still couldn't sleep. This is what happened to me in the last 4 weeks. How can I improve that? And then he suggested me to take or change the sleeping medications or increase the doses of the sleeping medications. And then I tried it for another 1 month and then came back to my doctor and then telling him that it probably got a little better, but it's still far away from better sleep. And I'm really suffering right now. And I had to keep doing that for like nearly 6 months until I finally encounter the combination of the sleeping pill that puts me in a better sleep. And it was the most uncomfortable experiences. And I really wanted to give up because this sleep issue is just one of the things that I cannot handle. Yeah, looking back, I don't even want to remember that time. But anyway, and then I knew I was informed about that actually. Like uh, one thing my doctor told me that one medication is not gonna solve your all of your issues, all of the symptoms of your depressions, and then I had to just keep adjusting medications and everything to just have most of the symptoms under control and then just try to find a baseline, get better, stabilized, and then we can start reducing it. But he was really telling me that one medication is not gonna solve everything. And he was right. So for me to just focusing on Effexor to deal with the mood swing and the energy level, that's the benefits that I was getting it by taking Effexor. However, I compromised sleep and I was really dealing with sleep issues by trying different kind of medications. And because I was so fixated on dealing with sleeping issues, now looking back, I think I spent more time dealing with sleeping issues than the other depression symptoms. So I know I had to compromise something, and I had to rely on more medications to have sleeping issues under control. But I was not ready to do that for such a long time.
Thank you for sharing all of that, Yasu. I think it really helps paint a full picture for anyone listening that your journey with Effexor and dealing with depression was really not just a single solution. It was a lot of ups and downs, a lot of dealing with side effects and having to adjust and really go through that long process of finding the right balance. So I appreciate you being so open about that.
No problem. So let's end the interview here.
Of course, Yasu. So we'll wrap it up here. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. And to everyone watching, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a thumbs up if you found this helpful.
Thank you. So that's the interview today by ChatGPT. So I think this time it's a little bit more smooth, and how the voice, I think voice was more natural and slower as I requested. And I think that's because recently ChatGPT got, right now I'm using ChatGPT-5. The previous video I was using ChatGPT-4. So I can even feel that it's a big differences between ChatGPT-5 and ChatGPT-4. I was really feeling more relaxed and comfortable talking to ChatGPT, and how ChatGPT asked me the questions, especially that just kept asking me the questions, it felt more natural than the previous one. So I will actually keep this style whenever I actually answer any questions that's given by the viewers, like you guys. But once a month, I will upload a video on my progress about not taking Effexor anymore. That one I plan to do just by myself. The Hitorigoto style, basically just talking to myself style. So yeah, that was my answer to the questions. So thank you for watching, and please take care. じゃあね。バイバイ。